Vinita from Team BriPublish, and today we have in our series, podcast series of the youth, an aspiring author, Mr. Abhishek Das, who has written a beautiful book on Mahabharata, the different aspects of Mahabharata. So let's hear it from Abhishek. Hi, Abhishek. Can you please introduce yourself and talk about your work?
Okay, thank you for the introduction, ma'am. I'm Abhishek Das, and I'm an undergraduate student of political science. So, this book, Mysteries of Mahabharata, basically talks about the backstories of many people, that many characters in the Mahabharata that people are unaware of. It talks about the how the actions of certain people created so many consequences and their deals with the destiny. So it tries to make things easier, and it makes things easier for people to understand the Mahabharata.
So Abhishek, very different, unique concept. Though Mahabharata has been retold many times, we have grown up seeing episodes of Mahabharata, and we have also read, short stories on it. So, tell me what made you, pick up this particular, work of art, and how you have, distinguished this from the previous works of Mahabharata.
Okay, so I was very curious since childhood whenever I used to watch the Mahabharata in the TV, basically the B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata in Doordarshan and other stories as well, that why certain things happened and how these things like the boons they get from the gods or other things, other sacrifices, you can take anything. So I was really curious to know these. So I started reading few of the articles, few books, and I also started to listening few podcasts. But I found out that it's all jumbled up. They don't have a proper sequence in it. So one of the example that I can give is Dhritarashtra. We know he was blind, but what was the reason behind it? So very few books have the reasons written. So I have tried to find out these reasons, and I researched for a lot of time, and then I have written this in my book. So it talks about basically it makes easier for people to understand that how these things happen.
So, yeah, so that's a very interesting thing. Where, I don't know so much about, we always read or saw what was, told to us. So, Abhishek, tell me, like, when you started writing, obviously, when you have touched upon such, issues like why something was happening, the reasons behind, why things were unfolding in the manner that they were. So tell me, how much time did it take you to start writing your work, because you've done research also. So how was your journey as a writer? Was it difficult? What was it interesting? What were the challenges that you faced, or anything that probably helped you write better, or anywhere that you felt that you were finding it difficult to pursue this writing? Can you
Okay,
share
ma'am.
something?
So yeah, surely. So basically, since childhood, I didn't really like reading much because I would always see the big books and I would really feel boring about it. So I've tried to rectify that in my book. I have added illustrations in every single chapter. So the same way many people said that I really speak too much in any particular topic. I keep speaking, and so they said that why don't you try writing? And they have suggested me various times. So once I found out about this National Book Writing Fest organized by BriPublish, I thought that this was the correct time. But I also faced many challenges as I'm really impatient. So to sit down and write for a few hours, it was little difficult for me. And also I had my exams going on during the month of December. So I had very little time during the month of January. So I had to sit the whole day and write. But it was a great experience. I can say that I became a more knowledgeable and patient person, and also improved my language while writing. And Republish has helped me a lot because it has AI tools also, so that makes it very easy to write, and it has the cloud saving option so that I don't lose my progress. And the best thing that happened to me while writing this book is I improved my language very much. Earlier, I used to basically speak only in Hindi, but my English has improved very much. So these are some of the key factors that happened to me while writing this book.
Wonderful. Uh, so Abhishek, tell me, is this your first book that you've written, or you've written stories before this?
Yes, this is my first book that I have written.
So this must be very, very, cherishing journey. I think. How did you feel when you completed your work and when you got your first copy? What was the moment? Can you describe the moment, the feeling, the experience?
Yes, when I first submitted the book, actually, I have uh, told my parents and my relatives also, but very few of them were actually believing that person like me has written a book. So when I got the hard copy of it and when I showed them, actually, I was very proud to have my own book in my hands, and then everyone was, calling me as an author, and I felt really proud at it. So I'm really thankful for BriPublish for giving me another status now, and I feel I'm a more uh, proud and knowledgeable citizen.
Uh, Abhishek, tell me, like you said that, that entire moment of you becoming an author has changed so much in you. So, do you have any like advice for people who are, confused about their emotions, their how to express, or who want to? Probably they have stories to tell, but they are, keeping it to themselves. So, is there any easy tip to follow to help someone get inspired to write? um, do you like you probably you also started at some point. So can you share something related to that?
Yes, first of all, I would like to say that when we talk to our friends or our peer groups, we have so many different topics that we talk about, and there are some important things that are, it's very important. It's like very specific on certain area. Maybe it can be emotional, it can be funny, or it can be about anything. Like I'm political science student, and we often discuss about the global politics. So whenever you get any specific thing that strikes your mind and it's thought provoking, so you jot it down, and then later you can think about it. And once you start doing that, you will feel that you have a whole lot of topics that you can write about. And also, whenever you are feeling something, we often talk to ourselves in our mind. If there's a way that you can jot it down in your paper or in your laptop or anyway, that will be a great thing, as sometimes we have certain thoughts that can really turn into good actions in the future.
So true, because sometimes certain ideas is strike to us which are very unique, and they can be very meaningful if they are worked upon. So tell me, how do you balance your other aspects of, life? Like you're a college student, you have studies to catch up, you have friends, and your writing journey. So how do you balance it?
Well, when I was writing this book, actually it was my winter vacation, so it was easy for me. But anyhow, what I do to what I did actually was I used to go to college, and while coming, I used to walk. So it was around 5 or 6 kilometers. So I would just plug in my earphones and I would listen to various podcasts or various authors, that how they write and how they go about, so that I could actually save my time the moment when I walk, and I could listen to various authors also, so that it saved my time. And when I get back home, I could start writing and following their advice. And I also created a mind map that these things should be done today, like the various topics, that the introduction of this topic and what happened. So I distributed my work that today I'll write this much, and for tomorrow I'll research to this much. So that was how I balanced my writing process.
So, knowledge I think AI that way has, or even the podcast that we keep getting, uh, is a very good tool to enhance our knowledge and perspective in a very short span of time.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Surely.
also, I think when we are listening to different, aspects of people's understanding, um, it really helps our journey become in shortening our journey of evolvement. So I think this has been a very very wonderful conversation with you, and I'm glad that I recorded this podcast with you. I'm so sure that I'm going to first thing that I'm going to do is try and read your book. uh, Thank you so much, Abhishek, for this wonderful, conversation about your book, about you. And we shall, record another podcast series with a new book that you will be writing soon. Thank you.
Surely, ma'am. I'm looking forward to writing a new book soon and with the same platform of BriPublish. And I would like to meet you soon in near future.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Have a very, very wonderful
Thank you, ma'am.